Hello everyone. Thank you very much for tuning to this channel for educative information about crop production specifically and poultry. But for now we'll concentrate on our series on tomato production series. But today this video doesn't cover only tomato production. It covers all forms of tomato and crops and all other crops and ornamentals, fruits, trees and all other. What are we talking about today? We're looking at the copper oxychloride. Copper oxychloride. You can see copper oxychloride fungicide here. I'm carrying a paper here, a 1 kg paper. We've been using it to spray today, but I want to talk about copper oxychloride today. How important is this fungicide? How it should be used? For what reason are we using it? The benefits of using copper oxychloride and why you shouldn't use a lot of it, and how it works, how it actually works. So I'm standing at the field here. The first thing that I would like us to note, here is copper oxychloride mixing. When you are mixing copper oxychloride with the water, what do? We mix, for those who want to mix for small quantities, backyard and all the stuff. You can mix on 2.5 grams of copper oxychloride with 1 liter of water, or you can, for a large, maybe 1 acre, for 1 acre of production, you can mix 400 grams to 500 grams per 100 liters of water that to spray your crops. And then why do we spray this fungicide called copper oxychloride? Why do we spray it? Why do we want to spray it? For what reasons? What are the advantages of spraying it? Why are we really trying to make sure that our plants are sprayed this fungicide? And another question will be to how do we spray it? So you have to mix it with the water, put on a knapsack spray, and spray it as on the leaves of the plant. That's what you should do. Then you spray on the leaves of the plant. That's what you have to do. And then which crops or trees would you want to spray this copper oxychloride? You can spray it on grapes, potatoes, coffee, banana, tomatoes, tobacco, coconut, citrus, chili, and all other crops. You can manage to spray this fungicide. You can see there how good, how green, how nice these trees look. Look how they look. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. And then which diseases do this fungicide, copper oxychloride, control? We want to control and prevent these diseases from damaging our crops. So which diseases are we targeting with this copper oxychloride? Another thing that I would like to note about this fungicide is this fungicide prevents even diseases which are resistant, which develop a resistance against some major fungicides. Some major fungicides can develop, can be resisted by some diseases. But copper oxychloride can still what? Prevent and control all those diseases which have developed a resistance against some other type of what? Of fungicides. So you can see here the copper oxychloride is at work here. It's raining. Another advantage of copper oxychloride, when it's raining, it is a good fungicide to spray on the leaves of your crop. Just show you this tomato as we move on, just as a breather. Let me show you this tomato, how it is doing. Let's look at it. Look at it. Look how it is doing. It's doing exceedingly well. This is wonderful. All right, we move on with the copper oxychloride. Which diseases does the copper oxychloride really control or prevent? Copper oxychloride can control or prevent against blight, early blight and late blight. Both early blight and late blight. So you realize that the early blight and the late blight will be controlled and prevented by what? By spraying the copper oxychloride. By spraying the copper oxychloride, you can prevent both the early blight and the late blight. And then it can also prevent the downy mildew, leaf spots, fruit rot, dumping off of the seedlings, and wilt in any other crops. Even the clamp rot, it can prevent the clamp rot. So copper oxychloride can also prevent the clamp rot. So this is a very important fungicide. It's just more than a fungicide. So when it is raining, you make sure whenever it rains, you come with a copper oxychloride and spray the copper oxychloride. Whenever it rains, you come with the copper oxychloride and spray the copper oxychloride. Why do we spray the copper oxychloride whenever it rains? Because the copper oxychloride, usually when you spray it on your crops, on your tomatoes, on your grapes, on your any other crop or ornamentals, on your leaves, on your flowers and all the stuff, what happens to them when you spray it? It usually forms a protective barrier on plant surface, which usually prevents we can say which usually prevents the fungal growth, and also it also prevents the new infection. It prevents new infection and also limits the formation of fungal growth on the leaves. Basically, that's what the copper oxychloride does. And then on the spraying part of it, you cannot just spray copper oxychloride when you mix it indoors. Now I'm talking about the protective part of it. When you are mixing copper oxychloride, you have to mix the copper oxychloride on a well ventilated place, advisably on an open ground, just like this one. You can come and mix your copper oxychloride because it may be harmful. Also put on the protective clothing like the mask and the gloves and all the stuff. That's what you have to do when you're spraying, when you're mixing the copper oxychloride to spray it. So briefly, without wasting much time, that's what I can say about the copper oxychloride. It's a very, very important fungicide that we need to use in order to look at this. This is wonderful. In order to prevent and to control all these diseases which I mentioned here. If you can see here, this is a disease. This is a disease which had come. So now after we sprayed, it failed to, I'm breaking it out. So it failed to affect the whole crop. So you spray the copper oxychloride as a preventative. But when the disease have come, like this one, what you do, you spray a curative fungicide. A curative fungicide. We'll talk about them in their own video. I sprayed the curative fungicide a week back, but we continue to spray protective fungicides. We're mixing them with copper oxychloride. Thank you very much for joining. Tune into this channel to learn more on educative videos on crop production and many more. Thank you very much. God bless.